Okay, guys, we are live. Hello, everyone. Let's see how many people we have so far. T, can you see?
I can see Hopeless Romantic as far as the comments.
Okay. All right. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to this episode of Gig Talk, season 2, episode 2. Today, we have a special guest with us. We have Mr. UDM here to be our special guest for today. So,
Hey,
before we
hey,
get
how's
started,
everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. Mhm.
how about you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your channel and how long you've been gigging, how long you've been on YouTube, stuff like that.
Well, I started my YouTube channel. Well, by the way, I go by UDM, but my real name is Brian. Um, I started my YouTube channel November 2017, but I started uploading regularly starting on January 15th of 2018. And during that period of time, I want to say between November to December. Actually, no, I take that back. From March to about November, I was searching for content on how to maximize my earnings with just Uber Eats. I did not know of DoorDash. I did not know of Grubhub, or even, well, I did sign up for Postmates, but I didn't give them much of my time. But and when I decided to go ahead online and try to find new content or how to maximize my earnings, I could not find any up to date content on Uber Eats. And everything was like outdated. They were like a year old, um, 2 years old, and the app didn't even look the way mine looked currently at the time. You know, it was an older version of the app that they did videos on. And a lot of those videos that I watched came from like what's his name? The guy on the skateboard. I forgot his name. Oh my gosh.
Elijah?
I've been doing it so long. I guess Elijah.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think his name is Elijah. I don't
Hmm.
think his name is Elijah, but I've watched some of the rideshare guy. This guy, he travels a lot. You know, the black guy
Oh,
that's
I
on
know
the
who you're talking
skateboard
about.
doing Uber
Yeah.
Eats and stuff.
Hmm.
And now he travels. He's done with the gig. So when I watched the content, I was like, whoa, okay. Since this content is outdated and I'm doing it currently, maybe I can be a go-to and for like an updated version of Uber Eats. And then I started putting up videos and giving my take on how to maximize my earnings with Uber. But even back then, I didn't have the experience I have now. And just to fast forward a bit, I I learned I learned as much as I could from the Uber platform. Then I gave it a break and moved on to Grubhub. I gave Uber a break for about a year. I moved on to Grubhub. I drove a lot of miles. I racked on about over 100,000 miles in about a year. I did a lot of runs for Grubhub. I moved on to the catering side of Grubhub, which is called Grubhub for Work.
Hmm.
I worked downtown Miami, the hectic areas. I did the catering orders alone, and then did some other stuff. Then finally, I signed up for DoorDash. I learned as much as I could from DoorDash, and now, fast forward even more, and now this is where I am. I To speak on my YouTube channel, I started that. Like I said, I uploaded consistently starting January 15th, 2018, and I took a few breaks here and there. I used to do 16 videos a week. A lot of people ask me how did I do that. It was a lot, and I balanced work and YouTube all at the same time, and it was just a hustle, you know. It was just a hustle, and now I have my podcast. I turned my channel in more into like a podcast channel where drivers like you and T, Dimples and T, have the opportunity to call in and share, how they feel about the specific topic of the night, and now I'm on your show.
Oh. Well, thank you for being here with us. So let's get into, should we just acknowledge, thank you guys for coming, and if you can, hit the like button for us. Lets us know that we should continue to do this. We have a few comments so far from Hopeless Romantic. We're finally able to catch alive. Miss WW, Monique Milner. She's very excited to see you. She said, hey, UDM is in the house. Amy's here. I told Bakiva. Sorry is here. Side gig. Amari is excited to see you, UDM. And Christine Johnson is here. Christine said, what's up, UDM? These are your subscribers here too. Okay, so let's get into the question. So this week's topic is, T, can you read the topic?
Where is it? You don't have it up on the screen.
Yank. Hold on.
It was pretty much, hold on, let me see if I can find it. You're slacking. You are slacking.
Okay, the topic is, are we thinking like hourly employees when we are independent contractors? So that's going to be tonight's discussion. Honestly, it is not an easy topic to address, and we've been struggling with it for like 2 weeks now, and our outtake or outlook on the whole thing is different. So I read an article by Miranda Leigh Harris, and in this article, she discussed whether or not we should think in terms of hourly wages. So she focuses on work in terms of small chunks of time rather than, oh, I make this much per hour. So personally, from my standpoint, I don't think like an hourly employee. I just don't view things that way. I go out, as we all know, I have a full-time job. I know you guys are tired of hearing that, but we all go out in this gig world, and I just don't look at it as how much do I make per hour. That's a question that I get all the time. Like, well, you put in this many hours. How much per hour did you make? And I don't look at it that way. If I want to make $200, I'll make the 200. If it takes me longer than it normally does, then so be it. But I know that I made what I wanted to make for the day. So I just want to read a little snippet of the article. Miranda said, a system structured on hourly wages and pay periods can trap people into unproductive and short-sighted financial practices and mindsets. Economic decisions are often limited to immediate and urgent needs on a week-by-week basis. It's easy to lose sight of long-term financial goals, or worse, fail to make long-term financial plans in general. So, I don't know. I just want your input, both of you, as to how you view this whole gig world and the 4-hour basis, and then we could go from there. So, who wants to go first?
Our special guest should go first.
I think he's frozen.
Well, I guess that means I go first. Oh, there he is.
Okay. All right. So no, I was muting my mic and unmuting my mic and whatnot. But okay. So why do you think hourly employees make more per hour? Because I think it's because of the way the system is structured. So if you have a 4-hour work week, you make $40 an hour. If you have a 4-hour work week, you make $40 an hour. If you have a 4-hour work week, you make $40 an hour. do we think like hourly employees? I think the main reason is mainly because we came from a W-2. Unless we had our own business previously, um, that's the only way we could dive right into any additional type of work, thinking like a business owner. But majority of the people that start these gig jobs, they're either looking for a new source of income, or or they're looking for an additional source of income on top of what they currently have. Like you said, you have a full-time job, Dimples. So it's like this is an additional source of income for a lot of people, and people that have a full-time job would only look at majority of people, I should say, and the people that I've spoken to, they would look at it as this is just a job. And one thing I've learned over time is a lot of what I do now is to try to help people understand the the being classified as an independent contractor does not mean that you're going to be fired. But a lot of people within the community use the word fired, and that is not what it's supposed to be. But I understand why they use the word fired instead of deactivated or terminating the contract with the company, just the same way they can terminate contract with you without reason for at any moment. And it's
1 second,
that's
UDM.
that's
The
the reason
subscribers
why
are
I
saying
feel
your
that a
audio
lot
is
of
bad.
people come into my audio is bad.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Hmm. I don't
I'm
know.
just gonna I'm gonna link the article in the comments for everyone to view it, and I'll pin it to the top of the message as well, at top of the feed.
Okay. Hmm. My apologies. I didn't know. Um, Let me see.
Do you have any headphones?
I'm gonna put on my headset.
Okay. So while you're doing that, let me just acknowledge some of the comments that we have. Is that okay?
Hello?
Hello? Can you
We
hear
can
us?
hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're frozen, but we can hear you.
Is it more clear?
You sound much better, but now you're
I don't
maybe
know
try
why
to
I'm frozen.
come back out, come back in.
Hmm. When I looked at my service is at peak performance. I really don't understand why. But you guys do sound a lot better to me too.
Okay, exit the studio and then come back in, and maybe you won't be frozen.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let me.
Okay. Just to answer, just to showcase a few comments until he comes back. We read Christine's. Richard is here. Happy 10th of January. Oh, happy birthday, Kiva. Christine said, Dimples, your connection sounds. Tamika's here. Okay,
Hi.
back.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but there's a lot of static.
Put your headphones back in.
My headphones on.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Continue with what you were saying.
Okay. Well, so you guys can hear me clear, no static.
Yeah, it's
Clear
perfect.
audio. All right. Okay. Awesome. Well, like I was saying, majority of the people that sign up for the jobs, they're looking for additional income, not necessarily to replace their full-time income. And when they come into this type of work, they already have the W-2 mentality and they see it as a new job. And seeing it as a new job, if they were to get deactivated, they would then say that they don't want to be fired, which fired is not the proper, in my opinion, fired is not the proper word to use. It's just more about terminating the contract with the company, or the company terminating the contract with you. But this is something I learned over time because I had the same mentality coming in when I started UberEats. I did not want to lose that additional income and I didn't want to get fired, right? And that's just basically what it is. In a nutshell, majority of people start this thinking it's a new job. We don't have to do an interview, but we still have to do a background check unless you're working Shipt. Shipt is like the only one, I think, to my knowledge, that you have to go and do some form of video interview for you to be able to move on to the next step. But Uber Eats, Grubhub, even Instacart, there's no interview process. So a lot of people think, hey, this is a new job and it's easy to get.
Right. But the term independent contractor, like everybody loves the freedom that comes with being an independent contractor, a sole proprietor, working for yourself, being your own boss, controlling the hours. But yet we're still saying, oh, I make, I don't know, $20 an hour, $25 an hour. But I think if you were a true entrepreneur, the hours that you put in cannot match. Like the business owners are putting in 80 hours a week, you know what I mean? And they don't think in terms of per hour. They just want the business to be successful. So I get so much pushback all the time when people are like, well, you spent, like the other day, someone commented on my video and they were like, you spent 11 hours working Uber Eats and you made this much. And I was able to make this much in a shorter amount of time, which we all know that time tracker on not Uber Eats, on Instacart, the time tracker is not accurate. So they're like, well, I can make more on Shipt, is what the person said. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but you have no control over that. Like this literally goes as the wind blows. That's how we get these orders or these batches. You know what I mean? We truly do not have control over our earning potential. It's what's available, what's sent to us, what we're able to grab, how the customer tips. Like so many factors go into it. I don't know. T, help me out. Maybe I'm just like going off on a tangent.
I think people force us in a sense to think on an hourly basis because like you're stating, when I first started, I wasn't thinking hourly, but I got questions all the time. Well, how long did it take you? How many hours did you put in? And I'm just like, I don't know because I never paid attention to it. All I knew is that there was money on the app and I was outside. And I was just telling you, like, it would be nighttime and I didn't even realize it. Like, of course, it's dark outside, but it's just like, I didn't realize I would be outside from sunlight to sundown. I just saw money. Money is what kept me outside. I didn't use the bathroom. I barely ate. Eventually, my body would say, okay, you got to do something. You got to eat and use the bathroom. It's only going to take, 15 minutes of your time. But I never looked at it as hourly. I just knew, like, okay, I just shopped for 10 items and got $30. What's next? Oh, it's another one to go grab 2 items and $25. Okay, what's after that? I'm constantly looking at orders and delivery windows, but I'm not looking at how long did it take me to get $270. It took people asking me, even my own friends, well, how long did it take? How long did it take? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm making money. That's all
Right.
you need to know.
Right. So I like to relate this to this. I always like to, and I've said this before. You have a family member that's ill, and this family member needed to have a life or death surgery. It costs X amount of dollars. Would you take the time to be like, oh, well, I can't work if I'm not making $25 an hour? Would you waste your time on that side of things? Or would you say, I don't care as long as I can make the money to save my family member's life? That's how I view it. Because some people like are in life or death situations. They're about to lose their homes. They're going to get evicted. They can't feed their kids. The lights are going to get cut off. Their cars are going to get repossessed. They don't care how long it takes to make that money to quote unquote survive. And that's how I want people to look at it. Because y'all worried about me and how long it took for me to make the money that I'm making. Forget about me. What do you have to do to save your family or to pay your bills, keep the lights on, have food on the table? You wouldn't care at that point about the hourly rate. Now, again, like I don't want to make it seem like how much you get paid per hour is not important, because it is important. You should not make 10 okay, you should not make a specific amount of money per hour and completely waste your time. If you find yourself on Postmates making like $8 an hour, is it worth it? Absolutely no, it's not worth it. But I think we get so consumed with this per hour mindset. And in my opinion, it's beyond that. Like, forget about that. And I don't know.
Well, may I interject a bit?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think okay, like earlier when I mentioned about drivers going not coming from a business and jumping into this, the majority of drivers come from a W-2 and jump into this and see it as a W-2. And this is to me, this is a language that they understand. Like at their W-2, they might be making $12 an hour. And then doing this, they see that they're making about $23 an hour before gas and taxes and everything is taken out. But it's like this is just a language that they understand because majority of them come from that W-2. So when they ask questions like this, and I understood that this is how they understand what I'm doing and whether it was worth it in the video that I did, So it's like when they ask me how many hours did you work? How many miles did you drive? All those things. I realized that the community, they are interested in that stuff to see how much profit that I took home. And in the end, as a business owner, you would want to take home some kind of profits. So when you are thinking in the business sense, it's like it's not just about making the money that I gotta make for the day. It's more about this light is bright in my face. You see how lit up I got? I feel like turning on my bright lights on this person. But anyway, all right. So when but thank you very much. But when a person, like I said, it's just a language that they understand. And as a business owner, when we consider this to be a business, yes, T and Dimples, we all put in a lot of hours to learn our craft, right? It's just the same thing as YouTube, figuring out how to create a video, figuring out how to edit a video, figuring out all the things that many people that watch don't understand the endless hours we put into creating, right? It then is like when they watch a video and they're like, oh, this video sucks. Man, do you know it took me like 3 days to make this? you know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we put in a lot of hours to learn our craft, and then when we become good at it, then it turns into something to boost our ego. And I'm speaking for myself. To boost my ego on how good I am and whether it's still profitable for me in my market with what I do. Like if I if I'm saying, okay, I want to make $200 and it's taking me 16 hours in a day to make $200, okay, this is not working for me. You know,
Right.
and that's how I look at it. It's like, because 16 hours a day to make $200, this I'm losing
It's like you're
time on the other
hustling
side.
backwards.
Say that again.
It's like you're hustling backwards.
Right. So I count the hours mainly because I feel it's necessary to work within a certain window of time, because I do have a family, I do have a channel, I do have a lot of things to juggle. So I pay attention to the amount of hours that I have to work. But before I had all of this stuff to juggle, I wasn't counting the hours. I was just going out there to make my money. And a lot of people came to the comment section when I was just doing Uber Eats and telling me how long of a day it was, how much more they made than me. And I didn't understand why they were doing that, but it gave me a better understanding as to why they look at it that way. Because if you are going to replace your full-time job, which I did, but if you're going to replace your full-time job to make money, you should have at least the same kind of life that you were living, or the lifestyle you was living when you did have that full-time job. So if I'm working, if I say, yeah, I'm a business owner, and now I'm working like 14-hour days, 87 hours a week, I don't have time for anything else. So I put in a lot of the hours that I needed to learn my craft, and now I just look at it as, something to make me feel like, yeah, I made some good money today, and I'm home to spend time with my kids, and I and plus it gives me a better understand. This last thing, and then I'll let you guys continue the conversation. But if I know on the weekend all I have to work is 8 hours, because I know my potential earnings for 8 hours, I'm good to go. That's just my take on it.
Right. T, you have anything?
No.
So I just want to read another snippet from the article. She says it's okay, hold on. She says it's taken her a long time to pull herself out of the trappings of an hourly wage mindset. Rather, we should be applying a project-based approach to our own professional life. Not every position that she has worked basically the hours that you put in don't always equate to what you earn in the gig
Right.
world, right? Some weeks are better than others, a holiday, rainy weather, whatever. So you can put in short amount of time, get paid more than you would if you put in a standard workday schedule and make less. So she wants us to change. Well, not she doesn't want us, but I'm just saying her standpoint is to pull yourself out of that, because like, how can you, we're trading the time for the money. And yes, we should think that way. But just like you said, you learned your craft, you got better at it. Now you say you didn't quit your full-time job, right?
I did.
Okay. So that's why I think, and I always say this, like, I am in the gig world, but I don't consider myself a true gig worker. And I don't want to step on anyone's toes with the things that I say, because at any point I could say, all right, I'm done with this and I'm moving on. But I know for others, this is all that it takes, to live your life and provide for yourself and your family. So you stepping out of, what gave you that push to even say, I'm done with my full time, I'm going to do this instead?
Okay. Well, my position was, okay, put it this way. My wife was pregnant with my first son, and I was only making $700 every 2 weeks at my full-time job, which was considered to be a good job to have because of the benefits. And That's before I had a child. And $700 every 2 weeks without having someone to take care of is okay. I was managing, I'm good, without having someone to take care of. And then when my son came into the picture, my oldest son, his insurance bill, when I put him on my insurance, it was $400 a month. And then it jumped to $700 a month. So imagine me working at a full-time job, my position, I had to deal with 650 students. That's the workload that my boss, which is the principal, put on me. Even if I was supposed to be I was hired for the cluster of 3 classrooms, which was behavioral classrooms. But then, because of my contract, which stated at the time that the principal, at their discretion, can ask me to do something, whatever it is, and I have to do it, and completely just forget what my job description says. So they then used me as the behavioral person for the 3 classrooms, the behavioral person for the whole school, the campus monitor. I was pretty much doing so many things for $700 every 2 weeks, $1,400 a month, and then my son was born, and then all I had left to feed him, to pay my bills, was $700. So I said, I can't live like this. This is too much. It's too much stress. So I decided to learn Uber Eats. And when I saw that I made $400 in 24 hours, it was 3 days, but the amount of time I worked was 24 hours. Employment mindset, right? That's how I was looking at it. 24 hours, I made $400. I was like, whoa, $400 in 24 hours? That's a day. I'm gonna start learning this more and more and more. And then I'm gonna get better at it. And when I left the school job, I was making almost $200 a day. Then my market got oversaturated, less orders, and then I started making $90 a day, which is the reason why I left Uber to go ahead on to Grubhub. So, I had to leave that W-2 mainly because of the workload. It was doing something to me up here. The stress of being a new father, right? I'm not getting much sleep, and then I have to go to the school, and I got to do all of this stuff that these people want me to do. I got kids with behavior issues. They're spitting on me. They're hitting me, and I got to keep my composure when I didn't get any rest the night before. And it's a lot, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I did try to go back to school to get into other fields, but it was causing me to miss time with my son. I didn't get a chance to see him take his first step. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of things that most parents, first-time parents, would want to see, their child do. Their first word. I heard it through video. I watched it. So it's like I missed all of these things. And to me, I made a decision, and I sat my family down. I said, you know what? Listen, you may not agree with my decision, but I see an opportunity here, and I don't know how it's going to affect you or our relationship, but I see a vision, and I'm going to go at it, and I'm going to do it, and that's it. If you don't support it, I'm just letting you know now that I don't care. It was a tough decision to make, especially knowing that I'm a new father, and it's like, but it gave me that freedom. I attacked it. I worked those 14-hour days. I worked 18-hour days to learn this and get better at it and better and better and better. And now I'm at a point where 9 hours a day is too long for me. So I have a better control of what I do. And that's a little bit more of my story in case you didn't know. But it was a lot. It was a lot.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
No problem.
And
so I had to leave that W-2 because it was doing a lot to my mind. My stress level was always high, and I had to. The freedom I really needed the freedom.
So T, when we were talking earlier, can you share what you mentioned with coming from your full-time job in comparison to what you were making on Shipt? What were you trying to accomplish with a side gig?
In a sense, I was trying to, what did I say? You talking about right before we went live?
Mm-hmm.
How come I can't remember? I remember what I said. Oh God,
Maybe you wanted to make more.
Yeah,
than job.
I definitely wanted to make more. Even though I didn't have a problem with the income at my job. How you were just speaking about how your job was like mentally exhausting. I'm kind of the same way. If I'm working a job, be it part-time, full-time, I don't care. Once it starts to get mentally exhausting and draining, I need a break or I need to quit. One or the two has to happen. And so I decided to take a break. And so now it's at a point where it's like I need to make more than what I was making because I just do. I just feel that way. Because if not, I may as well just go back to work. So now that I'm on a break, I'm like, I need to make X amount of dollars because if I don't, let me just go clock back in because otherwise it's pointless now. But I didn't used to think like that because there was so much money out here. I didn't have a need to think like that. I just knew I was making a lot of money. But now that things are slower, I have a lot more time to really calculate things and say, oh, well, that was just 13 an hour. And yeah, that's more than minimum wage here, but it's still just like, no, that's not enough for me. So yeah.
So do you think we need, or both of you, do you think that we are shortchanging ourselves by only saying, I want to make $30 an hour, $25 an hour, and we're not really looking at the long-term, bigger picture financial goals of this whole gig world?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Why are you asking these hard questions tonight?
They're not hard. We have to have a serious show sometimes. I know people are like, what is this tonight? But I think it's a topic that's getting us thinking. Because I remember I'm viewing this from a different light. And now I'm talking to you two, and you guys view it a whole nother way than I do. So I need to learn too. I'm trying to see, well, why do you think this way?
You're asking, are we shortchanging ourselves by thinking the way that we think?
Well, can I answer? From my perspective, I don't feel like I'm shortchanging myself. The reason why is because my way of thinking either increases or decreases my hustle. Now, if I know that I have a goal, not a daily goal, but a monthly goal, like say, if I want to take my kids on a vacation, right? And I want to save up this amount of money so I could just splurge. Get whatever you want. Daddy, it's on daddy. Get ice cream. You want ice cream? We're going to go to bed. Everybody's tummy's going to be hurting tonight. If I want to give them that type of experience, I know I need to make a certain amount of money. Now, for me to get my hustle on, right, to meet that goal, I need to make a certain amount by the end of the night. And when I start doing that, I start saying, okay, I need to make 25, 30 an hour. Now, if I'm doing that, if I see I start at 6, the order that comes in, I'm now turning on multiple apps. I'm not just running one. I'm looking at the money coming in and I'm rushing. I'm going, I'm driving, I'm getting the orders done as many as I can before it hits 7 o'clock, And then if I hit my goal, if I'm like, say, if I did not make 25, but I make 19, then I'm going to be even more picky, or I'm going to increase my hustle even more so I could, by the end of the night, not necessarily just working per hour, but by the end of the night, I got to hit that goal. So just knowing that if I have an end goal, not for the day, but to answer your question, if I have an end goal that's coming up, right, it increases my hustle to knock these orders out as quickly as possible or to be more relaxed and
Right.
just to, save the money I'm saving. There's no real end goal. There's no vacation. It's just saving and working. If that's what it is, I'm good with, sometimes 18 an hour, and so on and so forth. But the additional money per hour is because, okay, I got something I got to save for. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So that's I don't feel like I'm shortchanging myself when I start getting into that because, like I said, it increases my hustle or it decreases my hustle, and that's my motivation.
Right. So I had said to T, I said, well, what if you were making $200,000 a year? Would you think about the hours you were putting in per day, or would you break it down to a per hour outlook?
If I was making $200,000 a year annually, would I would. Depends on what my lifestyle is like. There was a story of a security guard. A security guard, all he did was monitor the parking lot of a specific building. I think it was a federal building or whatever. And he was working that job, excuse me, for so many years. He saved up $500,000. And it's like knowing or hearing that, oh man, he saved up $500,000, but it took him so long to save up $500,000. Is it enough for him? Maybe his lifestyle, yeah, cool, right? But if I'm working and I'm making 200K a year, depending on what my lifestyle is like, will determine how I view the money that I make. If that makes, it's just trying to answer your question in the best way. So if I live in some loft downtown or somewhere, and I'm making 200K a year, yeah, I'm living the life, right? I can take care of my bills, I'm good. But how much of that can I really use to do the things I really want to do? Even with kids now, 200K a year. I
Right.
got a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 16-year-old. 200K a year won't do me no good.
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's okay, but it's not enough. So that's just my answer.
It's enough for me. Give me 200K right now. I just need it one time. I will flip that money 5,000 ways.
I'm sure you would.
Oh,
I mean,
goodness.
it is a decent amount of money, but I guess it's mainly because of my focus. I'm I've been watching a lot of motivational videos and how to get to the destination you're trying to get to, creating multiple streams of income. It's like that Steve Harvey mentality. That's the person that I've been watching and listening to because a lot of the stuff he talks about, I can relate to. So it's like that's every morning. I'm watching some kind of Steve Harvey stuff. My motivation. So 200. I want more than 200K.
Me too. So I just
Wow.
want to highlight a few comments. There are a lot of comments, but of course I don't want to keep you too long, especially if you have other things to do. But I just want to highlight a few comments. We are going to read them, but just not right now. And this one is from Richard. He said, I totally agree with you, Dimples, and the Medium article. I cringe when people talk about their hourly wage. I have a holistic approach to earnings. Then Jazz, driving with Jazz, says, hey, you guys, I would say it depends on circumstance. When one is doing this as a side hustle, it doesn't matter as much. When you do this full time, you're extremely contingent on your time. Oh,
I agree.
cognizant of your time. Sorry, cognizant of your time.
I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
that goes back to what I was saying. When I was actually working my less than part-time job and I was doing this on the side, I wasn't paying no attention. I just knew I was getting money. And then now that I'm not at my
Hold on. Why your head had to shake like this? Get I knew I was getting money. Okay, go ahead.
But it's like now that I'm not at work at my primary job, it's like, all right, what's going on? Like, how much am I making per hour? You know what I'm saying? Because if not, let me just call them and be like, I'm coming back to work. So I love her comment. That makes sense.
Psychic says, I agree, Dimples. Look at where you want to be, then figure out how to get there. You might need some hourly goals to get there, but that is not the end goal.
It's hard. It's so hard to say. Because I know when I said it, I just feel like it's a catch-22, this whole hourly thing when it comes to gig work. Because like I said, I never had that mentality. And then it got to a point where it was like, okay, the orders are not so great with Shipt. So I was telling y'all in my videos, I need at least $20 to leave the house. But when orders became more scarce, it was like, all right, I'll settle for $18 to leave the house. Now it's just like I keep lowering my standard just to make it worth it now. So I don't know. It's a catch-22 to me right now.
Yeah. It's a rough spot. Psychic says, does anyone ask Warren Buffett how many hours he worked or how many miles he drove?
Well, I don't know, but I would think someone, all the interviews that they've done on him, like he lives such a normal life. Warren Buffett was a person that I paid attention to as well, and I watched a lot of videos. I was trying to get into investing and all that, and he lives such a normal life. He drives a normal car. He don't even act like a billionaire, like how people expect a person with money to act. You know, he doesn't act like that. You know, he's just an investor and he loves what he do. You know, so I mean, I get it. You know, this is a nation of workers. You know, we all had a W-2 before these apps existed. You know, we were either like innovators or working for the company as an innovator. You know, like say Apple, right? You know, coming up with brilliant ideas that you probably could have used for yourself and created something marvelous, or it's just something great. This is a nation of workers, and it's a mentality. Is okay. There's more people that just want to make money versus running a business, and then there's more people that, in order for their business to flourish, they have to be in the business. They can't leave or hire the right people to run the business for them while they make money, while they focus on other things. So it's like there's not many people that know how to run a business. And many people don't care about running a business either. So I would see that's why, you know, a lot of people, they are stuck in the employee mindset or the way that the employee thinks of the hourly wage. You know, it's because not many people care about running a business. On my channel, I talk about, you know, don't accept offers like $3 going 10 miles. You know, from a business standpoint, you're losing money. But a person that doesn't care for business, oh man, I just want to keep making money. Just hey, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll take the $3 going 10 miles. I'm like, why would you do that? But okay, how do you think? You know, but I wouldn't do that. But hey, do you think? You know, it's just some people just want to make the money, and that's it.
I want to highlight this comment here. You can read it, T.
Adrian Bell. Oh, where are my glasses? Adrian Bell says, at the end of the day, if you need to make $1,000 for rent, you can make it in a week. I was not making that much at my job. There is always a ceiling with a W-2. Wow.
That is a good comment.
Yes.
I don't want cheese on that one, but yeah.
It was a good comment. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, you can make it at your job. It's just gonna take you probably a month or two, but I get what she's saying. Yeah.
Unless you worked for the MTA and was making $500,000, like some of the employees over here. But that is a good comment.
Mm.
Um, read this.
Tomorrow. Working for ourselves won't always have the same numbers yesterday or last week, right? For me, I am trying to get out of the 9 to 5 mentally. I can't think like that anymore. It's no longer serving me. Mm. Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes. So I I don't want to continue this serious topic, but I thought this was a good one. I don't know.
Yeah.
And thank you, UDM. What is CP4L? What does that mean?
Cherry picker for life.
Oh,
Mm.
what is that?
Yeah, I keep seeing that comment, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's just again, I know everyone has their way of thinking, their way of approaching the gig economy. And there's even some people like, okay, speaking for myself, I when I first started, I was all about food delivery and food delivery only. But then, like you said, T, you saw the decrease in the pay, decrease, and you started to ask yourself, hey, like, what is this still worth it? Right? And then I asked myself back when I did Uber Eats, I'm working 14 hours. I used to make almost 200. Is it still worth it if I'm only making $90 a day? And I'm taking time away from seeing my son grow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Instead of going back to W2, I expanded. I went over to Grubhub. I was making more money, but I was still working the same amount of hours. And
Mm.
then, it was like I need to figure out how to shorten my time out here and became a cherry picker.
Yeah.
So I started to cherry pick and select the orders that I want, only the orders that I want, and reject the orders I did not want. And when I saw the opportunities that were being sent to my phone after I rejected an offer that was just given to me, let's say $3 for 10 miles, I would do that on Grubhub back in the day. You know, I would just drive it. I would take it. I wasn't thinking like a business person, and that's how I racked up that many miles on my car in a year. But
Mm-hmm.
when I learned after I rejected the $3, next offer that they offer me is $24 going 5 miles. What? Why did y'all say this in the first place?
Exactly.
Instead of this $3 going 10 miles. And then I realized, okay. And then I had conversations with the driver specialists, like majority of the driver specialists that I had. I was able to contact them and have real conversations with them versus just the emails. And the dispatchers at the time on Grubhub, I was able to talk to them because of the Grubhub for work, catering orders only. They would contact me, hey, can you do this for us really quick? We'll give you an extra, or we'll do this for you, whatever. So I was talking to them, and they were telling me certain things that I learned that was going on in the back office, and I'm like, so you're telling me I don't have to? I don't have to? And when I realized that, I was like, okay, this was my opportunity to make the money I need to make. Reject until they send me something that's worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized food delivery began to get a little bit more strict with their rules, I expanded outside of food delivery because it wasn't just about, is it still worth it doing food delivery? Or is it still worth it to be a gig worker? If I'm going to be a gig worker, I need to have 20 other backups. So I signed up for everything. I found the apps that people never heard of. I started signing up and learning how to work those apps, and I call it surviving the gig economy. That's it. If you want to survive the gig economy, you got to know how to not just hustle and learn how to work that app in your area, but you got to be able to expand outside outside of what you're comfortable with. Some people just work Instacart. Some people just work DoorDash. But if something goes wrong with any of those apps, I ask them this question all the time: do you have something that can easily replace that? I know that's your bread and butter. But if you want to survive and make this your full time or make this a great source of income, do you have something that if one dies off today, you have something else that you be like, whatever, that one was on its way out anyway. Let me just go ahead to this other one and continue to make that money that you was once making. If you can't do that, then you got some work to do if you want to make this a full-time gig, or you want to make this if you want to survive the gig economy. Because they're always changing their rules, they're always changing the pay, they're always changing, and you got to be able to adapt to it.
And there's nothing that we could do about it when they make those changes.
Nothing at all. We could bicker, we could talk to each other about it. Man, teammate, you saw that offer? Oh my goodness. Man, Dimples, I can't believe they said that to me.
And that's it.
And that's it. We can't do nothing else about it. So I'm here to survive, especially since I do this full time. I'm here to survive. I'm not trying to go back to a W-2 because when I had my vision and I spoke to my mother, I spoke to my family, I spoke to everybody, and I sat them down and told them this is what I'm gonna do. I didn't have 6,000 subscribers. I didn't have the podcast. I didn't have the things that I have now, the opportunities I have now, the people that's reaching out through email or whatever. I didn't have all of that back then. So it's like I have a vision that's bigger than the gig economy, and that's what I'm going towards. And that has nothing to do with really, not surviving, but that has nothing to do really with working hourly. It's about that's my end goal. Getting to that point in my life where I'm like, now I feel like I've done everything I can to get to where I needed to get to. And majority of the reason why I do what I do is because of my kids. 5 years went by, and now I'm at this point. What's going to happen when they become teenagers? My boys. I want to be at another point when they get there. Do I want to be driving around in my car all the time like I am right now? No. But right now I'm in hustle mode to get to that end point that I'm trying to get to because of my kids. And that's where I'm at.
I think that's an important takeaway, is that your vision, your dream is bigger than the gig economy. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than the hourly rate wage. And I think we all should have a goal, a vision in mind, because before you know it, you said 5 years went by so quickly, that could turn to 15 years and you still do the same thing. So shout out to you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. So I don't have any more questions for you. What about you, T?
So did you, as far as your plan, you don't have to say it here, but is that something that you broadcast on YouTube, or that's just something between you and your family?
You said my plan?
Yeah, as far as your goals that you have in mind. Like you said, you sat your family down and said, look, this is my plan, X, Y, and Z. Like, is that something that you put out on YouTube, or that's just strictly between you and your family?
Well, I didn't even give my family my plan. I just told them I wanted to do this full time. And it's still, I'm not even sharing it here. I just have this goal that I know that it's like, when you start, many times throughout my life, I've told people like my ideas, starting new business ideas, and all kind of ideas, and it's like it always got shot down. So this one I decided to hold on to, give like just little details here and there. Hey, this is that, but not allowing anyone to get me off this course that I'm on, and just keeping this within me. And Mrs. UDM, she would tell me, like, when I first sat her down, she did not know what this would be like, because she has a full-time job, but she also knew the stress that I was dealing with at the school, and she understood that I wanted out, and she also understood that I tried to get I tried to go back to school to get another degree, right? To get a degree in not stenography, but sonography, like ultrasound and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Um, she gets on my case all the time, but she was like, "You have a 4.0. Why don't you finish that?" I just never finished. I got bored with it. She's like, "You're so intelligent. Why don't you?" But I'm like, I don't want to.
Yep.
So I tried to become a police officer, going from the school to the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, and it's like I passed everything. But these are the things that I don't tell people, and I'm saying it for the first time here. I did apply to get other jobs outside of the school that I was working at, but it's like I just wanted to do what I love,
Yeah.
and the only thing that I could get at the time, and the freedom is what I had loved at the time, not necessarily the money, but the
Yep.
freedom. And that's why I came up with do what you love and love what you do. No matter how many people look down upon, like, hey, you a delivery guy? Oh my gosh. Like, listen, I don't care what you say. I'm making my money. You don't need to be counting my money. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing what I got to do. I don't care how you feel about me. You're not gonna be my friend no more. Deuces.
Yep.
Like I got nothing else. Hey, you wanna go? Go bye. But I know that I've been down a rough road. I've had a rough patch in my life, and it's now my goal to motivate as many as I can to not just rely on the gig economy, but to, if you see an opportunity while using the gig economy to make the money that you need to make to pay off whatever bill, to start whatever business, use it to your advantage. Don't let them use you. Like, use it to your advantage. Don't be like me. I have a lot of stories that I can tell about the bad choices I made, and I'm just out here now just trying to teach drivers to not make those same bad decisions that I made. And one driver told me that I still have my same car that I started with, but they had 3 cars because they were pretty much taking everything. They're on their third car. Like, oh my, but I guess I'm kind of rambling here a little bit, but I
No,
just
that
wanted
was
to,
good. That was good.
I
That
just,
was good.
I just wanted to just let people know that, one thing I've always said is there's money out here. Whether you start your own business, whether you go to school to, you know, um, become whatever that you're looking into. A popular field is becoming a nurse. If that's what you want to do, hey, more power to you. I salute. If you enjoy your job and this is just a side thing for you, hey, if you're retired and this is just some extra income, hey, everyone has their thing. And I'm not knocking anyone's hustle or their reason for doing what we do. But I know my reason for doing what I do, and I haven't reached my destination yet. So I'm gonna be around for a while, Dimples, Auntie, and I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going because I ain't there yet. But eventually, all of the driving around and all that is gonna slow down because I don't
Yeah.
plan on doing this for all my life.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Nope.
So
Well, I'm
yeah,
excited
that's where
to
I'm at.
once you reach that next level, I'm excited to know what it is. If you choose to put it out there, I'm excited. But yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
Well, just understand that I don't. There's no real end. It's just um to consider it to be a ladder. The first ladder was getting monetized on YouTube. you know, like I needed some additional income from somewhere, right? The second ladder is to create community, and I did, right? The third ladder is to, I don't know, just I don't know. I
That
don't say
makes
it.
sense. Yeah,
You know,
no, like
but
I
just
don't, I don't want you to share it. I'm just, whenever you are ready to release it, I'm just curious. So
She's
I
saying
don't,
keep her up to date when you get there.
yeah, like no pressure to share anything. I'm just excited to know, but whenever you're ready to release it,
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I will have a story to tell. Just like I told y'all my story about everything else, I will have a story to tell about my journey to the destination I'm trying to get to. So
Yeah.
if you're around, T, you will hear that story eventually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much
So
for this.
Dimples, before you leave, before we really exit, you've been asking all the questions, Dimples. All right. So let me ask you a question. All right, if that's okay. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
And I decide if I want to answer it though, but you can.
Okay. So, okay. Why did you start working? I believe it's Instacart.
My first gig app was Grubhub.
Oh, it was Grubhub. Okay.
Hmm.
Why did you begin? Like, if you don't mind sharing.
So I wanted to get out of debt, and like of course I had a job, but it just wasn't adding up because I was living beyond my means. So I had student loan debt, credit card debt. I had just leased a car, and I was literally living paycheck to paycheck. And I was just like, yo, I cannot do this. Like, I don't know how much longer I can continue, or I could continue. And I had a full-time job, but I also had a part-time job, two part-time jobs actually. So I would work Monday through Friday at my full-time job. And then I had two retail jobs, and I would work Friday and Saturday in the morning at one job. It was in a mall, and then cross over to the other side of the mall and work, I'm sorry, Saturday and Sunday at the other job. So I was working 7 days a week. People would comment, like at the part-time job, they're like, oh, well, you got another job, so you have money. And I'm like, where's the money? Because I didn't know where it was. So they were viewing me from a standpoint that I didn't even view myself. So I was like, all right, something has to change. Like, I can't continue in this cycle of making it and spending it, putting stuff on credit. Like, I was just really making bad financial decisions. So I started listening to Dave Ramsey, and he said, the best place to go if you want to get out of debt is to go to work. But remember, I was already working. And I was still in debt. So he said, well, you can deliver pizzas and make, was it $1,500 a month or something, he said? And I was like, I could deliver pizzas. Like, I was so excited. I could deliver pizzas. And I applied to work at Pizza Hut, and they said no. So I was just like, God, how could I not get the job? So then in Brooklyn, this was 2015, Grubhub was new on the scene. Like, nothing like this was ever out. And it was something on Craigslist. And I was just like, I'm going to give it a shot. So Grubhub was my very first gig. And working that first week, I want to tell you, I made like $400. But it didn't take any effort. It didn't take any mind power. Like, it was so easy. So then I stepped back. I
Right.
was, yo, if I can do that, like, all of a sudden, just like you said, I had this vision. I'm like, oh, I can get so much done. I can accomplish so much with this side income. Never have I ever wanted to quit my full-time job. And still to this day, I don't want to quit my full-time job. But the freedom that the gig work has provided for me it's amazing. So I found myself saying, well, if Grubhub is out there, what else is out there? And that's when I got into DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt. I do them all because the market fluctuates so much. At any time, they could change their pay scale. So I never wanted to be stuck in one arena. So I just hustled. At that point, I was in school at the time, and instead of taking out additional student loans, I was paying the tuition. You excited when you go into Bursar, you'd be like, here's my tuition. So I don't know, it's just a different feeling. And then I just kept hustling until I got out of debt. And all of the things that I was able to accomplish, like, I got my degree, I got my master's degree, but the best feeling is not the work that I actually put in to get that degree. It's knowing that I graduated with no debt. And my coworkers have $90,000, $100,000. And here I am like, look at this. So the gig economy has allowed me to do so much. Not that it would not have been possible with my full-time income, but it just came so much quicker and almost with ease. And I'm not saying all the time because there are some rough days, but I don't give myself enough credit, but I do understand where I am in life, and I'm grateful for it. Like, to be out of debt, I bought a house this year. I bought a new car, paid it off. Like, like these things are just I can only thank the gig economy. I can. So that's why I started.
All right. Well, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
All right. You have a certain level of appreciation for the existence of the gig economy. If it wasn't for the gig economy, you wouldn't have been able to accomplish the goals that you did, right? You were able to graduate without debt, right? A lot of your colleagues or a lot of the students you went to school with, they are in debt, and you were out of debt, right? So I'm not asking you to leave your job or anything like that. I would just want to know if there's this love or this appreciation for the gig economy, would you even or ever consider doing it full time? Because with this whole pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. Right?
No.
You would get another job?
Yes. I would never do this full time. And that's nothing against anyone. I commend you guys for hitting that pavestone, the cement, day after day and hustling. I personally would not quit my job to do this.
And I understand. I read a book. I don't know have any of you heard of Robert Kiyosaki?
Yes, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Not Rich Dad Poor Dad. The cash flow quadrants.
Okay.
Cash flow quadrants. Have you heard of it?
Mm-hmm. I haven't.
Did you read it?
I didn't read it, no. But I hear Dave Ramsey speak about it.
All right. So the cash flow quadrants, to just summarize it, it basically stated, like you see, at one point you said you had 2 part-time jobs and your full-time job, right? Mm-hmm. And at one point, before kids, before anything, I had 4 jobs and I was never home. And I was asking myself, I have all this money, but I have no time to spend it. I have no time to go enjoy it at all, right? So I read the cash flow quadrants when I was just doing full-time UberEats, and basically a square with 4 squares inside of it, 4 quadrants, right? And one has an E for an employee, an S for self-employed, a B for business owner, and an I for investor. And the way that he broke it down was the employee, if they want more money, they get more jobs. The self-employed, for them to be successful and get more money, they have to be employed at their own job. The business owner finds people and puts them in place, hires those people to make them the money. The investor uses his own or her own money to make them more money. So, there's different levels, and you just got to choose which one you want to be at. Now, if you want to be an employee, just know that you will always have to keep a job to keep money coming in. But if you want to be self-employed, you're going to always have to be there for you to have an honest or decent living. If you want to be a business owner, you're going to have to leave the self-employee mentality so you can understand how to hire the right people. And then when you make enough money as a business owner, you can have enough money to invest and let that money make money for you. But it's up to you if you want to be an employee and transition to self-employed, or self-employed transition to business owner. owner, then business owner transition to investor. Whichever one is on you. But
Right.
you have to understand how each quadrant flows. If you want to be an employee, you're gonna always have to keep a job to keep money coming in, no matter
Right.
what the economy turns into. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I want to be an employee for the rest of my life, but in regards to ditching my employee status to come over to this arena of gig world completely, I am not comfortable doing that. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have another goal or another dream to succeed or obtain money elsewhere. But as
Right.
far as I'm gonna stop doing this to do the gig stuff, I personally, just me, I don't have confidence in myself to just let go of my full-time job. I don't. Am I gonna be an employee forever? No. Like I'm already working on things that are gonna change in 2021 for my life. But that takes time. But I don't know. I can't think of abandoning my full-time work for this.
And I totally understand. Trust me, I dealt with it, right? But my tipping point, and then I'll just let y'all go because we're like an hour and 16 minutes in, right? My tipping point was when I watched Steve Harvey again. He had a video, and he called it jump, right? I don't know if you heard him talk
I've
about
heard
that,
it. Mhm.
right? And the thing that he said that resonated with me and I held on to is you have to jump in order to be successful, but you will hurt yourself. Don't think that you won't get hurt. It's
Hmm.
all about whether you're willing to deal with the fact that you know that you're going to get hurt, but eventually you will become successful if you just jump and stick to it, take that leap of faith. But on the other side, there's a guarantee. If you do not jump and remain safe, you will never know what it feels like to soar and be in the position you would like to be in.
Right.
Just stay safe. Yeah, you cool. That safe, you know. But you will never know what it feels like to get to that point you want to get to because of holding on to the things you don't want to risk. I took that leap of faith. I took that leap of faith. That's why I sat my family down, and now I'm in this position. I'm not saying I'm where I want to be, but it was tough. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like I've been making $200 a day. I didn't even know that existed in my market. You know, I used to make 90. You know, but I learned it and I got better and better. And I brought up the cash flow quadrants because, like I said, I had 4 jobs and I didn't have a life. I couldn't have kids without a life. You know, so I decided to leave the E and go to the S, and now I'm at the S trying to go to the B. You understand what I mean? So from E to S and S to B, I don't know if I'll ever go from B to I. Maybe it's in my future, but right now I'm at S trying to get to B because I gotta hustle in my work to make the money I need to make for me to be able to do what I gotta do, take care of what I need to take care of. So that's all the rambling I need to do. So you have the floor. Say what you gotta say.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you. I linked your channel in the description. Before you go, do you want to give people a snippet of what's to come, or do you want to leave any social media handles where they can contact you if they need to reach you? You can.
Well, I do every gig economy app that's popular. There are some other ones that are not in my market, but as soon as it comes to my market, I sign up for everything. Corner Shop, I'm still waiting on Corner Shop. I haven't done many Instacart orders because hey, even if there's money there, but we've had a lot of problems with bots in my market, so it was difficult to even get Instacart going. But I'm here to help as many people that do this full-time, part-time. My goal is to help them find the answers, not necessarily to change their lives. It's that's not why I'm here. I'm just my purpose is to have real conversations just like this one about the mentality of when you get into this, or to help you understand the things that you can do and the things that could come out of just using these apps to your advantage. I feel everyone, whether they have a W-2 or not, should have some kind of gig economy app in their back pocket, signed up and ready to go. Background check cleared, everything ready to go, because we just don't know what it's going to be like in the next couple of years when it comes down to W-2 work, because I'm pretty sure you two have heard of Albertsons. I think it's Albertsons that let go all their staff to just have DoorDash deliver all their stuff. So it's like, I think it's Albertsons.
Somebody
Did
mentioned
y'all
that
hear
under
about it?
my video. Somebody said something about Albertsons under one of my videos, but I didn't know what they were talking about. But yeah, I heard something.
Well, there's some stores, there's some companies, some businesses that's letting their staff go, and the staff don't know what to do, where to go, how to get it done. You know, and I really do feel like the staff, even if they don't, even if they choose not to work it at the time, just sign up. Sign up for one of them. You don't have to do it, but
Mhm.
that's your backup. You can just turn it on and see what it's like the day of. A lot of people got laid off because of this whole thing, and they had to figure it out. And that was all unexpected. And I'm just about surviving. And I want everybody to be able to survive out here, because it's tough. It's getting tougher and tougher as the days go by.
Yeah.
So that's all. That's what I'm here to do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for the invite.
And we'll speak soon.
All right. Everybody have a blessed night. T, Dimples, y'all are sleeping. I gotta go back to drive. I gotta get more money. All right. So
All right.
thanks for the invite again, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. All right.
That's right.
Bye.
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 I'm glad he mentioned that about pretty much taking that leap. And if you don't really chance it, you don't know what'll happen, because that's pretty much my situation. And then we can get to all these comments. But my airline job, I was working full-time, benefits and everything. And the opportunity came for me to switch airlines, and it was a better airline, but I would not be full-time. There would be no benefits, and I would actually be less than part-time. And I said, I was nervous, but I knew I had to leave my full-time job because it was bad for my mental health. Um, it was, I was enjoying it, but then they forced me into a position that I just didn't want. It was a leadership position. I didn't want the responsibility, but it was one of those things where it's like, this is what we're giving you. You got to do it. And so, long story short, I switched airlines, and I was just so nervous because I'm like, what am I doing? Like, my family is going to just be like, why would you leave a full-time position and you're not getting full-time, you're not getting benefits, you're losing practically everything. But I took that chance, and I'm glad I did, because it wasn't so bad. I ended up being like seasonal, and then I got switched over to, they call it ready reserve, which is almost like part-time. And it was like the best decision I ever made. I said, I don't care about benefits. This turned out perfectly for me. So I'm glad he mentioned that. It really, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it is important to take, because honestly, if I never thought that anything would amount out of that Grubhub posting that they had on Craigslist, you went to Dimples, you would not see me. I probably would still just be in the same rut,
Yeah.
like trying to figure it out. And I've said this before, when I started gig work, I was embarrassed to even tell anyone I was doing it. Now look at me, I'm on YouTube talking about it all the time. So,
Now I know why you get on me so much about my spending, because you see yourself in me.
Mm-hmm. That's I'll be ready to fight. Because what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm living life, okay?
No. None of that over here. None of that over here. So yeah, I'm telling you, I was in a listen, my money was not right. Not right. Like I told you the story where I had no money. I was working my full-time job, my part-time jobs, and I had no money. And I needed to go to school. I was going to school downtown Brooklyn, and I had to get to school because I already paid for the classes. And I'm like, how am I going to get downtown? I didn't even have money for a Metro card. And I had to look for loose change in the house and pick up pennies off the street. This is how I have no money. Pick up pennies off the street. And I happened to get enough money to buy a round trip Metro card. And I had like money to buy something to eat. That was it. Who wants to live that way? Who?
And you had all them jobs.
This is what I'm saying. It wasn't adding up. It wasn't adding up at all. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. There's no way that I can continue living like this. So I'm proud of myself that I'm always trying to learn a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, how can I do this? And how can I do that? And like I speak of last year, like I made this much in the gig economy, but I want to make more. How can I make more doing less? Like my mind is always going. So I took a leap. I sure did take a leap. And I'm proud of myself for doing it. Trust me, I am. I really. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. So the earliest comment that I can see was from 740.
Oh, it's been that long?
I know we missed a lot. How far do you want to go back?
I'm up here scrolling up now to see. Hold on. I can only go up to 746, so that's good right there.
All right, so let me find 746. Well, I can see 740. So we have Lou here. All right, you can read that one.
Lou says, concise advice to a newcomer. That was actually a question he or she asked. I don't. What's going on?
Hold on. Where? Okay, let's look at 744. Can you read that?
I have a full-time job, but gigging helps me pay extra bills. I think that goes for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, would I still live the same? That was that $200,000 question.
Mm-hmm. I know I would.
Oh, let me put in the link, which I did it before, but let me put it in again in case anyone wants to call in. We spoke about so much tonight.
A lot.
Call in, guys. Here's the link. Okay. Diane said, I work full-time working Instacart on the weekend to pay off debt and live more comfortable. Bobby Ray said, thank you to all three of you. Side gig, I read this one already. Does it make sense to go back this far?
Probably not.
Okay.
Let's see. We did that one.
Here's a tax question.
I had saw, what is it, like 8? Oh, you already got it?
8:06?
Yeah, that one. What time is that one at?
8:06.
Okay. Could y'all school us on filing taxes? I am assuming even though it's more challenging than W-2s, working the gig economy is worth it. What are y'all thoughts? Well, this will be my first year, so I can't really speak on it. So that question is for you.
Could I school you? I cannot. I cannot. Yeah. The only advice I can give you is to be detailed and keep some sort of a log or a spreadsheet. I know you guys are going to get on me about the spreadsheet because he gets on me every single day, but it is best to track your expenses in a spreadsheet. And I can show them quickly, like briefly, what that spreadsheet looks like. And I will get it out to you guys, but you got to give me some time. Remember, I got a lot going on. So let me share. Should I share it to you?
Not yet. I
Okay.
mean, and I'll say this. Even if you don't track it on a spreadsheet, write it down somewhere. Like keep your receipts. If you pay for everything with your credit card, look at your credit card statement, add everything up. If you just have to write down gas, like the total dollar amount for the year, just write it on a sheet of paper until she puts out the spreadsheet.
Yes, keep a detailed log, and that's all that it really takes, is to just be diligent with how you are monitoring your expenses, your intake and outgo, basically. And get a tax professional. Don't wait for somebody on YouTube to give you tax advice. I think that it's best to go to I say it all the time, go to a CPA, someone that this is all they do. This is what they do for a living. They are updated with the tax codes. You need to set aside a percentage and prepare yourself to pay the government, because you haven't been paying them if you're not doing quarterly taxes. And it is not going to be the same amount that you need to set aside if you have a W-2. So what I set aside versus what T sets aside versus what UDM is setting aside, we are setting aside different amounts. But yeah, this is the US. We got to pay taxes whether we want it, whether we want to or not. So yeah. All right. I think T. Oh, I thought you were frozen, but you blinked there. Where are we?
I would go down some more because it seems like it was a lot of conversation amongst themselves.
Right. Here's one.
I think it also depends what kind of job you have that you would be giving up for this type of thing. I am union. Benefits, tenure, moving up. I will never make any less than I do now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Having started the gigs at the beginning of the pandemic.
That's a tough one. It's like I can't see myself. I like having my foot in both worlds.
Right.
I do like it because, you know, the airline job, it's not full time and I can't stand full time work. But then gig work, it gives me, both of them are pretty flexible. So I just really like not being anywhere full time. So I love the best of both worlds. But like I just said, I left benefits and everything. I didn't care. I need to be happy.
That's why when UDM asked me that question, he couldn't even finish the question. I was like, never. I would never leave my full-time job to do gig work. Not that I'm looking down on it, but I'm just not comfortable within myself to make that move in this arena solely. I can't see myself doing that.
I get it because there's no real structure. You can do whatever you want whenever you want. That's why I'm like, you want me to get out here and make this money? And I'm just like, but I could just lay around and watch TV and eat Cheetos for breakfast. Like, I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the struggle. So I'm with you. I could never do this full time because I'm not disciplined enough.
Right. Right. Okay. Beans 19 said, having started the gigs at the beginning of the pandemic and watching how the pay went south, the tips fade, and the bots, having no control over the platform can deactivate me when they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people like to relate it like, well, you could get fired from your full-time job or you can get fired from your job. And that is true. But they need to give, not that they need to give a reason, but if they fire you, can you get unemployment?
Absolutely. That's what happened to me. They didn't follow the proper steps before they let me go. So I got my money. So yeah. And then plus, you know, certain jobs, I have had the advantage of being such a great employee. And I don't recommend this or encourage this, but they needed me. So they were not going to fire me because they needed me. So it was one of those things where it's just like, I'm not gonna say I couldn't get fired, but it was just like they're not gonna let me go. And if they do, they're out of their mind because they can't replace me. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what kind of job you get.
Right. Kim Johnson said, I think you need to stop having people explain their comfortability. What works for you is what works for you. Yeah.
Was she talking about him or you? Because I remember when the comment came up, but I didn't know what it was, which person she was referencing.
I don't know. And then Richard said, but even if you are an employee forever, it's not a bad thing. We need employees too.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, that is true.
Where else am I?
Yes. How well?
She said, I always pick up pennies off the ground. Always have. Where are we? I went too far down now. Hold on. Buddy passes. Lou trying to get on a flight.
Oh, you were way down.
Yeah, what did I miss? Oh, let me read these. And guys, just because we're not acknowledging every comment, doesn't mean that we don't see it. You can read that one.
D says, my W-2 is my security, though it's not 100% secure. It's my known. I guess she's saying it's what I know. With a child and being his main source, I clock in every day with a smile. Nothing wrong with that, because I get it. I get it.
Look, this is important.
Amy says she's trying to straighten you out, T. I already know. I know. Now I have a better understanding as to why. Because I was her. I was you. Like, literally, people thought, like you said, people thought you had all this money, girl. Before I even worked at the airline, before I even started flying for free, I was out of town several times a year. I was taking cruises every year. I was gone. People didn't even know where I lived at because I was gone so much. And they're like, oh, she got money. And I'm like, little do y'all know, I'm maxing out these credit cards. I didn't have money, but I was working at least 2 jobs. I've always held about 2 jobs at a time. And I'm just like, no, I don't have money. Stop trying to count. I just don't have it. All of my checks went towards credit cards, and I was happy with that. I didn't care. So now I get it because we were the same people. Tiga says that's an amazing story, and you have every right to be proud of yourself.
Thank you. Have you guys tried Point Pickup? I have the app, but I'm not close to a Walmart. Like, I'm just not that close to a Walmart, so I kind of have to go a little bit out of my way to get to Walmart. But would I ever try it? Of course, I'm gonna try it. I'm still waiting for Spark, which of course isn't a Walmart app. But what I see so far on Point Pickup is not too enticing for me to. But I'll try it. I gotta put a video out there for you guys for sure.
I'm about to download it right now.
Is there a referral code? Hold on, because I'm just trying.
Oh, I'll wait.
Denise says the show was a learning experience. Thanks for the tea.
No problem. As long as one person said they learned something, I'm happy. Diane says 2020 was terrible for everyone's mental health. I work in higher education and mental health. Yeah. It was a lot. Amiriel says, I'm in the same position you were in, Dimples. I'm broke as F, and it's so depressing. I would tell you, I wouldn't get depressed about it. I would come up with a plan to get out of it because it's reversible. You can come out of it. Trust me. it was so bad for me to the point where we didn't have, it wasn't as bad as Dimples' situation, but for me to not have food in the house, and y'all know I eat in every video, to not have the minimum of like bread, eggs, and milk, none of that, and I didn't know how we were going to eat. That was, so you can come back from it. You really can. You just have to come up with a plan and really stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there. So
Yeah.
I don't know about all of us, but a lot of us have been there.
Right.
Simple speaking truth.
Where are we now?
I don't even know. Amelia says, "Oh no, T, why you blocking us from Dimple's spreadsheet? We want the good stuff."
She's the manager. She's the manager of this.
She has to. I want it to be. Okay, I'll say this, for us, it is very easy to follow along, but I just want to make sure it's ready enough to where you guys understand it when she puts it out. That way you don't have to reach out with questions. She just gotta tweak it just a little bit, add some footnotes or something, and it's good. It's ready.
Lou is cracking up. Who is this?
Mario?
Hey ladies, I'm late, but enjoy both of you ladies' videos and been catching up on all the other episodes. Thank you.
Thanks.
And Lou wants to know a recommended mileage app. I use Stride.
I use Everlance.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, where am I? Okay, read that while I look up something.
Driving with Jazz says, count your miles.
Very you need
to look, okay. I didn't study Spanish. I studied a little bit of French.
Very important to track your miles. Very important. Like
block her. What? Go ahead.
I'm like, what? Hold on. I'm just gonna drop the mileage tracker that I use in here for you guys. You can read the next comment, T, while I find this.
I don't know where we're at. What time?
I
see it. Amy says it should only be $7.50, and then she put for taxes. I guess she's joking because she got some laughing emojis after that. Why count miles opposed to an app? Yes, you could get unemployment depending on the situation, technicality. Yep. Plus, Dimples takes all the King's batches.
Oh, wait. Where's that one? Because I do.
841.
841. I sure do. Beans 19. That's my store right there. Richard says monitor miles and any expenses outside of your car related to your work. Remember, if it's ordinary and necessary, it's deductible. You don't need a Maserati to deliver orders and then try to claim the Maserati. Like, if it's ordinary and necessary, it's deductible. You could get this one.
Kevin says, I left my full-time job 2 months ago for gig work, and I have been doing excellent. I guess it all depends on your situation. I make $800 to $1,000 weekly. I work about 40 hours a week. It's amazing. Let's Gig It says, T taking trips to Cali every weekend. I'm telling you. Out of here. Chris got a gun. Says, Dimples, check out this stock on the market called NIO. I've heard of that.
Look at me writing it down. Like
NIO. I think.
Is it NIO?
It should be. I know. I've heard of NIO. I might have one share in it. If I don't, then I don't. But I've heard of NIO. Anitra says, "What's your master's in, Dimples? Are you a SW? What is a SW?
Worker. My master's is in health administration.
Y'all be getting me with these abbreviations.
But you understand the other abbreviations. I was like, how do you know what that means?
It's like when they abbreviate the apps like GH, I'll be like, what? Oh, Grubhub, you know?
Oh boy. Oh, it is Neo because side gig corrected.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so because side gig said it, not me. Okay. It's all good. I'm not even tripping.
You know, side gig is like the third host. She be getting you together on the low. Kevin said point pickup is trash in my area. The pay is extremely low. I'm gonna put the call in site again, guys, if you want to talk to us, or we're gonna wrap this up. And if you have not liked the video, please like this video. This lets us know that we should continue every week, unless you want the season 2 to come to an end abruptly.
Yeah, you know, the show's gonna get canceled mid-season like everything else. Ashley said,
oh, you can read it because you're a Michigander.
Michigander. That's what our governor calls us. Ashley says, Dimples, I've noticed your CMU alumni shirt in previous videos. Love it. Originally from Michigan.
Yes. Fire up chips. That's where my master's is from. Why you had to look up? What's up there? Oh my God, I lost my place.
847. Tracy.
Okay.
Tracy says, yes, coming up with a plan and sticking to it is the key. Lou says, CMU, I thought it was Carnegie Mellon University, but didn't see tartans.
Who can afford this Carnegie Mellon? Not this girl. But people get it confused all the time. Hold on. What's up, Tunde?
Hi. Shakia says, I just want to say I love you guys. #family.
Thank you. Thank you. What is this?
Ashley says, do you prefer carrying a purse, card holder, or a phone card holder for your gig credit cards? I just use a fanny pack.
I just put it in my pocket. Yep. Unless I'm wearing like, you know, in the summer you wear like workout pants, then I'll have like a little sports fanny pack. It's like really thin. But other than that, I just put the cards in my pocket. Let me write this one down. You know, I'm trying to write down all the things that can make me some money.
I've heard of Workhorse. I don't know where it is in the stock market. Yes, Neil is high right now. It was lower when I heard about it.
Wait. Vincent said, good evening. Did I miss anything? Yes, the whole show.
The whole show.
It was so good, Vincent. So good. Catch us on the replay. Denise said, keep the show going.
Dang.
This one?
Vincent says, with all due respect, I am here just for Dimples. Did you cash up her today?
Oh my God. Thank you, Vincent.
Wait, where's Mark? Okay, he the one. He was on here.
He was?
Yeah, I'm earlier. Mario says, y'all better not cancel mid-season. We will riot.
Not like the Capitol. Don't let that happen. That's why you guys have to comment, call in, interact with us, like the video, because we don't know if you guys actually like the show or not.
Right.
We need some feedback here. Nobody called in tonight. What's going on? You guys usually call in. In case you missed it, here's the link. Here you go.
Anitra says, in your opinion, which is better, Grubhub or DoorDash? That's for you. I'm on a waiting list with Grubhub.
I think Grubhub is better. They just pay more, in my opinion. I said, in my opinion. And this is me doing. Those are my first two apps, Grubhub and DoorDash. But I rock out with Grubhub right now. Okay, Tunde wants to know, how is your Amazon Flex experience?
That's for you, right?
I guess it could be for both of us.
I love mine. I love it. To not have to shop for groceries, even though I don't mind. It's really cool to just go pick up the groceries and drop them off at their destination. I just don't like not knowing what my exact amount is going to be until a little bit beyond 24 hours. Other than that, I like it.
I have nothing to say right now about Amazon Flex. Until I get paid, I have nothing to say about them because it's been 48 hours and I don't know what I made. So right now I have nothing to say. Side said yes, waiting for a Flex video. I'm telling you, till I get paid, nobody's gonna know. Does Side have a YouTube channel? I wish. I wish she did.
Yeah, I don't think
I feel like it would be so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not a YouTube channel, no. Antonia said recently started following T. Respect your hustle too, but Dimples been watching you for a minute. Found you through Gig Life. Love you all. Keep it up. She has been here for a minute, so thank you for a while. I'm telling you, thank you for the support. Christine said, y'all better not cancel the show.
All right, she needs something to sneak off to do when she at work.
Okay, Side Gig answer. She's on IG.
Okay.
Side Gig info. Okay, let me get her. Should I post it? It's
sure.
Side Gig info, right? I don't know if she wants me to, but she wouldn't mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a caller.
Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Could you guys hear me?
Yes.
Big fan of both of you guys. I watch all your videos. I've commented on a bunch of your videos. I'm Kevin.
Hi.
Kevin, what is it?
Woodard.
Yeah,
Okay.
Woodard.
Kevin.
For some reason, people always add a W. They always say Woodward, but it's Woodard.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, like I was saying with the I quit my job 2 months ago to do it full time because I was doing it part time on the weekend and I was making like $500 to $600. And I did have a really good full-time job, but I just kept thinking about gig work while I was at my full-time job and thinking if I'm making $500 to $600 every 2 days on a weekend, then I could be at least making $1,000. So I just left, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, it depends on your area. Florida is lit. Florida is bonkers. It's bananas. And I'm signed up to multiple apps, but I really just do Instacart. Because Instacart is so lit here and I get to stay extremely local. So I get to stay like in my neighborhood. Like I'm, stopping home between batches and you know what I'm saying? My wife works from home, so I'll just stop in and she's like, "Oh, how you doing?" So it's just like it's so flexible. So and I do understand that, because I do take like $200 to $300 a week and put it in savings just in case it starts to slow down, just in case, you need stuff for your car, for maintenance, because, I am putting a lot of mileage on my car. Shout out to Black Panther. That's what I named my car. Rest in peace, Black Panther. But yes, the Camry has held me down. So yeah, but I do like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it, and I just like the flexibility of it. It's just so, and I work 7 days a week, but it doesn't feel like I'm working 7 days a week because I'm not out there going hard every day. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I end early, sometimes I'll stay late. So I just like the flexibility of it.
Yeah.
So did you quit your job just on a whim, or did you actually plan it? Did you say, okay, in 2 months I'm gonna quit, or was it just, all right, y'all got 2 more weeks?
Yeah, I like quit. Like I kind of quit, but I did talk it over with my wife. I talked it over with my wife, and she was just like, I trust you, because she know I'm a hustler. I'm not gonna just like quit without a plan per se. But I did just abruptly leave because I was just like, it was good for here because I know every place pays different. Like Florida, the pay at jobs is not really good, but the job it was for Pepsi, and it was working in like a factory type setting. But it was unlimited overtime there, and they were paying like $20 an hour, which is great for Florida. I know if you're in New York, because I lived in New York, that's nothing in New York or like up north.
That's balling here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? In Florida, that's balling too, but it's crazy because Florida is a high price of living, but they don't pay high. I know up north, it's a high price of living, but they pay more. So it kind of makes more sense up there. But yeah, and I was just like, I can really be making this type of money on my own terms. You know what I mean? So I just left, and then I just got my own insurance because, of course, I had insurance and all that stuff through the job. And that was my wife's biggest concern because she was just like, well, I don't really care about the money. Like, what are your benefits going to look like? So I was just like, well, I can get all that stuff in on my own. And I actually have my own 401k that I put money into. So long as that was covered, she was good because she's like, I just don't want you to be out here working and you're just making money, because the benefit of a full-time job is, they give you other things other than a check.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't factor in your true salary with your benefits and whatever perks that brings up your earning. You know what I mean? So what are your futures? What are your plans beyond this point? Like, you left your job. And how much do you find this being a permanent thing where you're not at a W-2, or it's just
Well, this prompted me to start my own LLC that I just started last year, right before Christmas time. I started my own delivery service called Swift Trips. So I'm focusing on, while I'm doing, the gig work and making the money, I'm focusing on, branding Swift Trips. Of course, not while I'm doing gig work, because you can't do that, but just finding a niche where I've already got customers for, like, airport runs, taking people to the airport, doing things like here and there. And I got business cards. So it has prompted me to be my own boss, because technically independent contracting, you are your own boss. So I'm like, well, I might as well just start an LLC and find an avenue to make my own money while I'm doing it. So the bigger plan is to get my company Swift Trips up running, but let this provide capital while I'm trying to build up my own business.
Right.
I love that.
Where can I find you to just put it in the link so people could?
Oh, the Swift Trips?
Yeah.
Well, right now you can book me on Booksy, but the thing is, I'm only local. So I only promote to like the local newsletters around here, like, because it's just me. I'm the owner and operator. So for right now, it's just local. So
we have Floridians in here watching.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Florida. You know what I mean? If you're in the Port St. Lucie area, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Florida.
Yeah, good.
I'm coming down there to get some of y'all money. New York and Florida. Got it.
Yeah, Florida be popping, man. We just had a promotion down here today. If you got like 5 batches, they gave you $75 for Instacart. So I just did. What was that?
I had a promotion for $60.
Yeah, so I just did the 5 batches and I was done by 2 p.m. And one thing with Instacart, I start early so I can end early. So I do treat it like a job, even though it's flexibility and you can work whenever you want. I'm just like, well, if I could get up and go to these people's jobs on a schedule, then I should be able to have some type of discipline and put myself on my own schedule. So what I tend to do is I try to wake up, because I do wake up around 7, have my coffee, watch you girls' videos on YouTube. Trust me, I do. I'm not even lying. Watch your videos, drink my coffee, and then I turn on the app. And then I usually just leave out from there. And I find out when I do it that way, around 2 o'clock, I've hit my money goal and I can be done for the day. Or if I feel good, I can just work more towards tomorrow's goal so I can take tomorrow off early. So I feel like if you do it that way, because I feel like with gig work, a lot of people don't take it seriously because it is gig work. It's not like, a formal job where you have a schedule. So mentally, people kind of look at it that way. But if you self-discipline yourself, you can make a lot of money, because even on the slow days, my wife is like, what, you made how much today? And I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing nothing extraordinary. I'm just out here around these times. And when I want to go home, I can go home without feeling guilty. Because I hate stopping and feel like I didn't make enough money. So I at least want to try to hit a comfortable range. So, but it depends on the person. I think if you're a person that really wants to get to it, like T, you said you've always had 2 jobs. Somebody who's like a real worker, they will be successful with gig work. If you're somebody that's real, just like hard nosed, and you can put your nose to the ground and work, you know, you're gonna have those days when, you know what I mean, like Dimples say, put it on the shelf. You're gonna have those days. But those days that you go hard will give you those cushion for that day that you don't feel like doing it, that you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? So that's all it is.
Yeah, 100% correct. Yeah.
Real quick, we just have to say thanks, Mark, for the super chat.
Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Mark.
I told you Mark was here. But that's good stuff, Kevin. Yeah, I wish I had that discipline, but that's
You got it. You got that discipline. You have it. Well, it looks like you have it. From watching your videos, you do not look lazy. I'll be the first to tell you. If you're lazy, I would never have known. No. Because watching your videos, it's like, oh, this girl be getting it. You be on your Meyer. You be like, this is what they ordered. I hit the customer up. I'm waiting to see. You know, they don't have the 12 ounce. Listen, you be on it. You motivate me. Both of you guys. I mean, I started watching Dimples when the coronavirus first hit. And all of your videos, seeing you in there with the mask and the gloves, I'm like, yo, this girl's really on it. Yeah. And I was scared to do it. When Corona first hit, I was scared. But you gave me that. I still had a full-time job. I was working from home at that time. But you gave me that push, because I'm like, yo, she's out here. You know, she getting it. Let me get up and, you know, do what I got to do. So both of you ladies are definitely an inspiration to me. You know what I'm saying? And I my wife knows all about you guys. She's like, oh, that's your YouTubers you watch it? That's your gig ladies? Like, yeah, these are my gig wives right here. Both of these wives, they keep me motivated. You know, she understands, you know, our relationship, our gig relationship. So you guys definitely keep me motivated. Definitely.
Cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to hear more about that app. I love the name of it. That's dope. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do my best to get it where I need to be. I want to have a 5-year plan. I want to just implicate it as best as I can. And if it's for me, it won't be, if it doesn't work, it won't be because of lack of me not doing something. It would be me giving my all, and it's just not meant to be. So I just want to say thank you guys for all your hard work and doing videos, because I could not be recording while I do these batches. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. It's just like so much. It's weird. It's kind of like an anxiety, even though I've been doing it for long, about 2 years, but there's still like a certain anxiety around it when you get a batch and you don't, and when you shop a place so much and you feel like, well, oh, they ain't gonna have that, or they're not gonna have this. And, you know, that's gonna make, you know, my payment lower, or I just don't know how you guys can record while you're shopping. Like, I couldn't do it.
It's not easy.
It is not easy.
That's why hats off to both of you. I commend you. If nobody don't ever tell you, you hear from me, you guys are amazing. And you guys deserve all the success in your gig work, in your own ventures. I heard T the other day getting everybody straight, saying that she owned 2 properties. Don't be coming for her. You know, you know, she just ain't no gig worker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect that. I know both of you guys are very successful women outside of gig work, and I just wish you more success in all of your endeavors. And I just wanted to tap in.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, you have a wonderful night.
Plug your app one more time, or your business one more time.
Swift Trips. Swift Trips LLC, coming to a town near you. It's coming. It's coming, ladies. It's coming.
Keep us posted.
Yeah, I want to know more. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, you ladies have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Bye. That was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I told you Mark was in here. I said, where that $5 at?
Yo, Mark T is looking for a boo.
Wait, my roster is full unless you got money.
Have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. All right. Shonda Watt said, love the hair, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks.
You know, T don't know how to act when she got the drop curls, but it's all right. Look. Lou said, my hair is not done. Put a hat on and call us. D.
Oh God, I'm in bed early. My age catching up to me, and these additional hours I'm putting in to reach my goals. Aw. Tunde says, ran into a guy at BJ's who said he quit Instacart for Amazon Flex.
Look, I have nothing to say about it. Right now. Amazon Flex is on the shelf, way in the back, that you can't even see that it's there. That's where I am with Amazon Flex.
Oh man.
Where are we? Look, Christine.
We know. Christine said I would call in, but I am at work. We already know. It's okay. Let's Gig It says, Side Gig, thanks so much for the recommendation for the flashlight. I received it earlier.
What a difference it makes. Definitely.
I never got to use mine because I didn't know it didn't come with batteries, but that's a conversation for a different video. Oh my gosh. Anitra says, what do you ladies suggest on how to start a YouTube channel? Does it pay good once you get to a certain amount of subscribers? We're going to have to do a course, but I'm just going to give a brief suggestion. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Yes, if you want to make money, that's a great reason, but make sure you're doing something you enjoy doing. A lot of people get on here and they do what's popular, thinking that that's going to take their channel off, and it just doesn't. It may work for everybody else and just not you. But make sure you're doing it because you enjoy, like whatever your channel is going to be centered around. Make sure you actually like doing it, and make sure it's something that you are interested in and you can just keep it going. What about you? Oh, it doesn't pay good. It's hard to answer that. I will say my first channel did not pay well. I was making like $130 a month. So it can pay well.
I wouldn't know. My channel doesn't pay well, so I wouldn't know. I need you guys to wash the ass because I ain't got no money.
Oh, wait.
And
is this another super chat? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, caller.
From Kevin. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin, for the super chat.
Thank
you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Andre.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good. Happy to hear from you again.
I just called in just for a few seconds just to say I enjoyed the content tonight. I think everybody must do what works best for them. But I will say doing gig full time, there is a lot of money in it. But when you make more money, you have to grow with your money. Because if you continue to have the mindset of a paycheck to paycheck, you end up broke. I remember during the summertime, I made around $10K and I didn't have anything to show for it because as I was making it, I was spending it. I didn't learn to budget. I didn't learn that I had to change my ways because it was quick and it was easy. And then when the drought hit, I didn't have any savings. So this year I'm working on saving, which I've been accomplishing, but you have to grow with your money.
I think I heard Oprah say that once, but you have to grow because if you don't and you're used to that paycheck to paycheck, it'll get rough out there because it's not guaranteed. So you have to make it work. That's one thing I've learned. You have to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That is very true.
Yep. For sure.
What state are you in?
Oh, I live in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
I'm coming to Florida. Okay, 10,000 for the summer. That's all I need out of gig work.
Yeah, living in Florida and I normally do Instacart. Instacart is my go-to. Even though at first I didn't like it, but I use Instacart. If I start around 7, I could be done around 2:00 on a good day.
See, that's what Kevin said. And honestly, I'm happy that the Floridians are here telling us that it's good in Florida because other people are like Florida is horrible, but I'm happy you guys are letting us know you can make money down here.
Oh yeah, with Grubhub and DoorDash, but Instacart is the main go-to. I'm not on Shipt. They denied me. I didn't pass the interview, but
I heard there's no interview now. There's no video questions. That's what I heard.
Oh, I may need to try it again because in our state we have Shipt, but Shipt we have a store called Publix, and I see a lot of Shipt shoppers shopping in Publix. Even though I know it's for Target mainly, but you can also shop at different grocery stores. Mm-hmm. So I see them in there all the time. Their buggy's full of stuff, but I just call just to say, everybody has to do what's best for them. I come from the state. I come from the public sector, and there really isn't money in it at all. Like, I worked 2 jobs since I was about 20 years old. And when I got let go from my job, at first I was stressed out, but then I started picking up these gigs because I signed up at the beginning of this year, but I never touched it. I just got approved and threw the lanyard in my car and forgot about it. And then one day, I'm so serious, like it was just a coworker that was talking about it. I was like, let me sign up for it. So I did, and I touched it one day, and I was like, oh. Then I started doing it more and more and more, and then I fell in love with it. I mean, it has its pros and cons, the rating system and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But if you make it work, it can work for you. You have to put in the time and the effort because if you don't and you don't hustle, you're not going to make any money from it. In every area, it's different. Like in my area, if I really thug it out, I can make at least $400 a day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's me really trying to thug it out.
Right.
But I try to stay around about 250, 300. That way I can still have a kind of work-life balance. Because when you do gig work, you do sacrifice those times and moments with your family. Because I know we having a little gathering right now, but there's a peak pay going on, so I got to head out the back door for a second. I'm just being honest, that's what happens. So
yeah,
that's funny. I swear I'd be out to eat. Like I'm missing out on these promos right now.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah, my aunt got married in the summer, like around August, and everybody was at the wedding. I went to the wedding, but the day before I was out there hustling because I went down to South Florida. It was like, well, you missed everything. I'm like, yeah, but I just made $400. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Exactly. So, they don't understand.
Right. And I will say there is kind of a stigma with being a gig worker. I know at first I wasn't telling anyone that I was a gig worker. And I don't understand why, but it was like a little embarrassment to me. It was. I guess coming from the public sector, it's not as glamorous as I work for the state. So serving people, which you have to be gifted to serve people. I've learned that servitude is not for everyone, and being a gig worker, you're really serving people. So if you're not a server at heart, then this job is not for you, because these people have the power to make you make money or less money, especially with the rating system. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to serve them, then don't do it. I had to change my entire attitude this year about Instacart because I got disgruntled. I was like,
Well, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. But I was like, let me change my attitude. Let me shop their orders with joy and laughter. That way, when they receive their packages, it's with good energy. Because energy is transferable. So if I'm coming to you with smiles and joy, then that may transfer into a good rating, which can help my pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to really change the attitude about it. You know, I'm here to serve. I'm not guaranteed anything, but whatever you're giving me, I can do it to the best of my ability. So
Right.
I just love you guys' channel. I just wanted to call in for a second, you know, just to say hey. I do follow you guys all the time.
We appreciate you.
No problem.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Sweet was the show. I was about to close my channel.
I'm about to do that tonight. Like every day, I'm just like, maybe today's the day I'm ending it all.
Yeah.
You know what I like? Side note, when people say buggies from other states for the show, I just think that's so cool. Buggies. What do you call them?
Both. We do say both.
Buggy.
Like if you're putting a kid in a buggy, even though it's a shopping cart, it just depends on what's going on at that moment.
You know I love accents. Where are we?
No clue.
Okay, we read the YouTube one. Ordinary necessary. Mm-hmm.
What timestamp is that?
9:02.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we shouted out Mark for the super chat. Thank you, Mark. I need to have a show about Kevin's side gig. I agree. Diane said, I never saw your end of year video. Did you reach your $7,000 to $10,000 goal? So I am waiting for payment from one thing that I did in 2020. So I don't want to give away what I made just yet, because then you guys won't watch the video. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I lost my place.
9:05.
9:05. Wait, 9:05.
Right underneath the 7 to 10 grand goal.
Oh.
Adrian says, how long do you have to work the gig job before you can use it as income? I do still work full time because I want to buy a house. Isn't it over $600?
No, she means for them to get a mortgage, you have to work 2 years of self-employment income for them to count it as income.
Oh. Side gig says Kevin is moving quadrants, just like UDM said.
That's right.
Discipline equals money. Lou says, I hear Fort Lauderdale Grubhub is trash. Thumbs down. Side gig says, someone help me start an Amazon store so I can sell flashlights.
Yo, she'll be so good. She done sold both of us the flashlight, technically.
Literally.
What's the flashlight you were talking about? Dang, I don't even want to give the link because I want Side Gig to get the credit.
Who's in Arizona?
I don't know. I know Jazz is in Arizona.
Side Gig says she doesn't make anything off the link. It's free help for friends.
Okay. Okay, let's shout out Tracy and I'll get the link.
When did that happen?
Tracy, I don't know. We missed it.
I never saw it. Well, shout out to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate you.
Lou says Dimples and T shop so effortlessly.
Well, I have to tell you something. Today I had an order. It was a double batch paying $54. I want to say the total amount of items was 40 items. So, you introduce yourself to the customer. Hi, I'm such and such. I'm going to be a shopper for today, blah, blah, blah. Right away, the first customer was like, oh, can you add 6 bags of wood? I need 2 bags of ice. Like, she started like back-to-back messages. So I was like, okay, I can handle this. Then she said, I need 6 avocados. 4 of them have to be firm. The other 2 have to be slightly firm, almost ready to eat. I was just like, I said, I can't do this. I sure did contact Instacart. I said, can you please remove this batch? The $50, $54, it was not worth it for me.
Heck no, that's not worth it.
Right away. I don't care about my cancellation rate going up. I just couldn't. She was too much for me. And I already went through with the lady with the chicken yesterday, so I'm good.
Mark. She using me, yo. That's the last joint from the kid. What are you talking about? Who using you?
Mark Davis, I just want to let you know I am not using you.
Listen, men like to be used. That's why he keep okay. I'm next comment. 69 people think so as well. That men like to be used or that they like the show.
Oh my God. Do we recognize who's talking right now? That is T. Dimples did not say these things. I said nothing.
Mark, don't unsubscribe. I need that $5 a week. Diane says, did we read? You gonna read it?
Diane said, love the show. Look forward to seeing you ladies every week. You two are my therapy. Thank you, Diane. And we shouted out Kevin. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
No, Psychic, don't apologize that she didn't get batteries for the flashlight.
Let me tell my story.
Oh my God.
Look. So I had picked up my package, right? It was nighttime. And I'm like, dang, I can't see this address. And I was like, oh, I bought the flashlights. I ripped that box open and I started clicking on the flashlight button. I'm like, why is it not working? Why? So then I grabbed the second flashlight and I'm clicking the button and I'm like, don't none of these work. I didn't know I needed batteries. I look at the package, it says batteries not included. And I said, wow. Yeah, I've never bought a flashlight that didn't come with the batteries. Like, when you buy the cheap ones, like $3.99, they come with the batteries. And I couldn't believe it. Next comment.
Oh, we got Jazz in the building.
Hi, Jazz.
Hey, sis. Hello? Jazz?
Hello?
Jazz?
Yes, can you hear me just now?
We can hear you.
Oh. Okay, how's it going? How y'all doing?
Great.
How are you?
Yeah, I can't hear you either. I can't hear y'all. I'm good. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It's kind of choppy or something. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. Never, y'all, I would hear y'all. And what did T said block me because I'm speaking. I can't hear y'all. It's kind of like choppy though. It's okay. I just come to say hey and to let y'all know that I enjoyed tonight's festivities. It was very fun. Homie was dropping knowledge, and somebody put me on his channel. Oh, okay. All right, let me try.
Hold on. Oh, Dee said she signed up for Shipt a couple years ago and she didn't have to do, I guess, the video interview.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Lakeisha Wood said, Dimples, glad you decided to take the Amazon leap. This is exciting. Can't wait for a video. By the way, I snatched all the Whole Foods blocks. Tips, never did logistics. I work full-time and gig part-time. Thank you, Lakeisha. And let me tell you something. If I don't get paid from Amazon, you guys will never hear me talk about it. They still haven't paid me. This is not normal. So, yeah. All right, where are we?
Kevin says, I didn't do an interview with Shipt either.
Oh, so I get sus carts, buggies. Don't close your channel. I'm telling you, every day I don't know. Buggies. You could read that one real quick.
Jazz says, you better speak on that energy. What were we talking about?
I'm texting her.
Oh.
You could read.
Lou says you have to with good energy with Instacart. You have to have good energy with Instacart.
Oh, they're talking about Andre and what he was saying.
Shakia says these videos are so informative. If we hear one piece of information that will have us strive, we will be successful. Thank you, ladies. I know I get nuggets in every video. Motivation. Thank you. Teddy says, hey, Dimples, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Long time no speak.
Beans says, that is who you save cancels for.
That lady today stressed me out.
Shonda says, I'm dead. Adorable, Dimples. Cancel that order. Bye.
Right, and moved right on. People have been asking about your water bottle. Is it like cucumbers?
Lemon and cucumber. Yes.
Oh, you fancy tonight. Drop curls and fancy water? Okay. All right. Trying to get that $5. That's what she's doing. What's this? She's not moving. We caught up.
Oof. I thought we never would.
This was good. Even though the topic was hard to, as we were brainstorming it, it was hard, guys, to get through this topic, but we made it.
Mark is supposed to call in.
Did he say he was going to call in this week?
He sure did. Not to cut you off, but I just had to throw that out there.
I think I remember him saying he would. And Richard said he was going to call in.
Yeah, where y'all at? Richard, Mark.
Teddy said, Dimples, please forgive me. I wanted to say hello to both of you ladies. I'm not sure of the other young lady's name. T.
It's T. Hello.
Wait, where are the names? They disappeared.
They were on when we got on.
They sure were. They're going now. So yeah, would you guys like to this is the last call to call in. Last chance. Let me put the link. And if not, we are gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like the video. Please, it helps us out and lets us know that we should continue.
Sharon says, I'm on the waiting list for Amazon Flex. I decided to download the app after reading your post, Dimples, from Instagram. I love watching you ladies. Thanks for the nuggets. I'm loving Instacart and DoorDash. You are welcome.
If you're not following us on Instagram, please do so. That's where you get up-to-date, right-away information from us. And my Instagram is Dimples on Demand, and T is
A Journey with T.
Teddy said hello, T.
Hey.
Tracy said, please don't close your channel.
If we both shut ours down at the same time, y'all gonna go crazy. We should do a test run. Just shut it down for like 24 hours and see what happens.
Here's the call-in feature one more time. And yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes. And then we out. Oh, could I have pinned it this whole time?
I wanted to piggyback on something that he had said, and I done forgot. I didn't want to cut him off. I done forgot. Side gig is cracking up or crying. I don't know which one. And he says there would be a riot. They ain't gonna know what to do.
Melissa said it's been pinned for a while. Okay, good. Good.
Mark, call in. I know you still watching. Mark be on here till the end. I was just playing. I'm not using you for $5 a week.
I have nothing to say.
You always do that.
Nothing to say.
Oh man, I done messed up with Mark.
Yikes.
So do you want to talk like next week? Do you want to kind of talk about, I have an idea for a topic, or should we just do that off camera?
Hold on, we got a visitor.
Who's that? Who is that?
Teddy.
Hi, Teddy.
Hi. Hi, Dimples. Hi, T. How are you, ladies?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just leaving the airport at my little airport job. So I saw you guys were live. I just wanted to say hello and see how you guys are doing.
We're good.
Good. What state are you in?
He's in Philly, Pennsylvania. Philly. See, you don't remember nothing.
I never met Teddy. He called in.
I called in with Jazz, like, what was it, a couple of weeks ago?
And I was here?
Yeah, you were there, T. I just didn't remember your name. But you called in, but you had a lot going on. You had a lot going on. Hey, Dimples, good to see you again, though.
Same here. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, I was talking to Jazz last night, and oh man, I'll be glad when I can take this mask off. It's so daggone hard to talk. But I was talking to Jazz last night, and I was telling her I'm trying to ease back into UberEats, and I've just been taking my time with it. I was just still a little bit nervous about, the thing going on right now. So I'm trying not to start with passengers. I'm trying to start with Uber Eats first and then go from there.
Okay. I think that's a safe move.
Yeah. 3, please. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So, so that's my plans right now. Try to ease into it,
Yeah.
But yeah, you ladies are doing the thing, man. Y'all got this thing on lock for real. You making the thing do what it do, as they say.
We're trying.
Last episode.
That's good. So Dimples, you settled into your new spot, right? You good over there now, right?
I want to say like 80%. Right.
80%? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's good. Woo, wait a minute. Let me take this mask off. I'm in a garage now, so I'm okay.
We're not gonna record.
Much better. Oops, wait a minute.
What's going on?
I lost my audio for a second. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, so 80%.
Yeah, that's much better.
It takes forever, so I'm working on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah. Wow. So has anybody talked about? Have you had any conversations about the impact to people who may have stepped back a little bit from either Uber or Lyft or anything? Or has that conversation come up?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. No.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because that I know it's well for me it was a bit of an impact, but I just kind of took it in stride,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I said, I'm trying to get my thing rolling again. It's just I was taking my time because you know I'm a type of person just like I take it day by day. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah.
I didn't just want to dive right back in. I said, well, I'm just gonna take my time. I'll get my bearings back together,
I
and
think
but
that's
I
the
kept all
safest
my
thing.
information up to date and stuff.
Right.
What did I say?
I said that's the safest thing to do.
Oh,
And
okay,
that's the
yeah,
story of
yeah,
gig work is that you can step out and back in whenever you want.
Yeah.
right, absolutely, absolutely, right.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure. I just wanted to say Happy New Year to both of you, and to let you know you guys are doing a great job, and you really look good and sound good. So that's wonderful. And you're contributing more than you know. You're contributing to a lot of people, so you're doing great.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you.
Thanks
You're
for rocking
welcome.
with us.
And I'll be around somewhere. I'm always watching your videos or something, so I'll always be around peeping in on you guys. So keep up the good work, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice hearing from you.
You're welcome. Same here. All right, ladies, take care of yourselves now.
You too.
Bye.
All right, now, bye bye.
Bye bye. We have Ron. We can't hear you. Hold on. You muted
Okay, you
yourself.
should be able to. I unmuted myself. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? How are you?
We're
Good.
good.
How are you?
Good. How's everything? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Guys.
I wanted to answer your question. Why do we think like hourly employees when we are independent contractors? Uh, I believe, in my opinion, it's more of a psychological thing. We're so used to that 9 to 5 grind, and even myself, when I first started to get into the ride share and the side jobs, not side jobs, but side gigs, Instacart, Grubhub, Uber, Lyft. My mindset wasn't on, working that, if you want to make the great money, you got to work at least 9 to 10 hours. If you want to have a goal set, a set in mind goal. And also at a 9 to 5 job, even though, even though you have a goal, someone has given you that goal and you haven't come up with that goal yourself. So I kind of look at it that way. How I view the reason why we still think like hourly employees. And then also, I'm going to say this too. In a way, because we can't really control our rates and we really can't control like the atmosphere when it comes to these apps, because we don't own them, it could kind of push us into thinking that we're employees. Because I speak to a lot of drivers. Like right now, I'm at the Miami International Airport staging lot. And right before I got in a call with you guys, I just had a quick conversation with my guy. He's leaving now. But and the thought was, you know, he didn't he wasn't thinking so much of a business. He just wanted to get in the car and drive. He wasn't thinking about maybe putting up. I have an octopus tablet in the back, which could help people, tip more on the app. You're trying to do different things, the music. He wasn't really thinking about those things to kind of grow his income. He was just in the car driving from point A to point B, not really having conversations, which understand, you don't have to talk to no one. But if somebody is willing to talk to you, you may want to have a small conversation to make them feel relaxed, and that's how you could kind of, grow your income or per ride. Or I know Gig Life has showed us text messages, Dimples, you showed us messages, how do you to speak with your customers while you're doing your shopping to ensure that they either you're trying to get every item on that list, and if the item is not on the list, you're trying to do a suggestion for them so you can grow that list. So your pay is more than what what you actually saw when it was shown to you. So I think it has to be a habit for people to do that. I know for me, uh, I needed to learn that. I've looked at a lot of YouTube channels, which helped me out, including you guys. That definitely pushed me in the right direction. And even going on with YouTube, YouTube is also included with this. You want to call it side gig work to show. I just placed out a video. One of the videos I put out was my New Year's video, and I believe T commented on it, and I appreciate your comment. Um, and that day, phenomenal day. There's a lot of work that had to be put in it. I just finished job from A to B. I had to be picky. I had to cherry pick. If I saw you were stumbling, I had to cancel on you. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want anybody coming in the car throwing up or whatnot, which I didn't have. Blessedly, I didn't have that. It was a great day, but there were different things that I need to look at. What time to start? And all these things are written down. And I got my tablet, which I use a lot. I use a lot with my tablet to look at events and all that kind of stuff, and to look when and where to drive so I can make the most amount of money. So it's a psychological thing. You got to get out of it. You got to really push yourself. I mean, for me, what I usually do, I have alarms on the phone, and I usually on iPhone, and I think also on Android, you can type in on the alarm. For me on iPhone, I'll put in, we got to go here. We got to get up. If you don't get up, you can't pay your bills. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I do it. I don't know. This is a tip for somebody that may want to use it. So, but just to answer your question, that's what I think. That's what I think. Reason why we still think as hourly employees.
I think it's a good response. Thank you. It's a good outlook.
So yeah, but I just wanted to answer the question. I hope somebody got tips from that and they can use it for themselves. And a shout out to UDM. I didn't know. Yeah. I just found out UDM is in my neighborhood. I just found out that he's part of South Florida. Right? I didn't know that. Florida, yeah. Florida, South Florida. I didn't realize that. And one of the videos I did, he commented.
I have family
get that, but I don't know. Oh, you got family in Fort Lauderdale?
Go to Sawgrass Mall, Sunrise, all of that.
Cool. That's great. That's good.
What's the flea market?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sunrise.
What's that flea market called?
What was he talking about? The swap shop.
Swap shop. That's it. Swap shop.
That's it. That's in the hood.
Right. But you get some good stuff there.
It's on Sunrise and Martin Luther King.
Right.
But if you want to get your tents done, they do tents really good for cheap, and if you want to watch that movie in the car and you ain't gotta go into the movie theater, they still got that movie theater open, so it's out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just got a Lyft XL request, and I'm gonna. I thank you for letting me on your call. And for those who are watching, take the tips however you want, and let me know, how whatever more tips you guys have, because I'm still learning too. Even though I've been in this game for about 5.5 years. So
definitely, thank you.
All right, so you ladies have a good night. Happy New Year, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Where did we end? I think we're wrapping it up now. Mark, I want you to read that, T.
Mark says, I just got in the house. I was shopping the whole time, doing Insta and Grubhub. I love this life. I will call in next week, yo. Who's buying that? Not me. He gave $1 to you. Last one since y'all using me.
So I just want to say, Mark, the y'all in this sentence is incorrect.
Listen, you ain't sent me no money. That went to Dimples. So you can't say nothing about using until my Cash App dings, okay? Next comment. He liked that kind of stuff. That's why he keeps sending money.
Cannot.
I got to read all his comments. Wow. Mark says F classification, just get money, however you look at it. If you got a ride and can get bread doing you, do it. I can't imagine caring how someone thinks about how I get my bread. Never. Shonda says this is not the last episode. Dang. Dang. Okay, it's not. We got y'all. Psychic says true, Mark. Ricky says left my desk job and did Instacart and Postmates. Almost 1,000 a week. Almost 1,000 a week with, and I get to trade stocks while I ride. All the time I can imagine with my kids. This life is definitely great. Miss K Life says, good evening to all. I'm so late. Got some hold up.
It's okay. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. I think I said it under your video. Lou says, haven't done Lyft or Uber since the pandemic. Lou says, my best convo working Uber. 400 pounds is my pet peeve. Sorry. I thought it was $100. What is all of this about? I'm lost.
I don't know. All right, we're done. I think that's it for us. So what you were saying about next week?
Yeah, like, did you want to, I have an idea for a topic, but I don't know if you want to talk about it in front of everybody or off camera.
Doesn't matter.
Something along the lines of embarrassment when it comes to doing gig work. Like, did you want to have that as like a topic?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'll talk about it.
Because I'm seeing it come up a lot. So
yeah,
I think a lot of people would have something to say.
All right, so that's next week's topic, guys. And that's it for tonight. We've reached the end of the show. This was a good one. Really good.
I think so too.
Kay said it's a good topic.
Awesome.
Hey, Jody.
Hi.
So yes, that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the show. This was really good. And if you guys have no last comments, we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Any closing remarks?
No, it's gonna be so much fun.
6 more episodes.
Oh, I don't know how much more we got in us, but y'all got a good 2 more.
Right. Yikes. All right, guys, we're out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week, same time.
Bye.
Bye.